bro, expectations are through the roof for you.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
11-1 right there that you put up at Ole Miss may not be good enough
Wow.
in this stop.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? I can make a serious argument that he should be number 1.
Oh, easy. Yes.
And
Yes.
I don't mean number 2.
Yes.
I mean the number 1 coach entering to 2026 with pressure. I think I could make it a legitimate argument that should be Lane Kiffin.
Agree.
And
Yeah.
you know, I feel like making that argument. So
Okay.
Lane Kiffin, ask yourself this: what has he won?
Oh man.
Of course, he's won nothing at LSU. Now, I give you that. Granted, now and he's had some success at the FCS level, but for some reason, when we talk about Lane Kiffin, that whole "did he do it in the SEC" does not apply to him.
My point
Right,
exactly. That's like
right.
it's you pick and choose. We pick and choose with who we want to pick and choose with when we talk when that
Right.
argument comes up. I don't
So
get it.
you see it there, 11-1 last season. That was his coaching tenure there at Ole Miss. Left late in the season. Some people say he walked out. Some people say he was forced out. Uh, no matter how you slice it, he didn't coach the entire season at Ole Miss. Um, this is the coach I was referring to earlier when I said that the hot seat
Mm-hmm.
and championship
Mm-hmm.
expectations may meet. I think by year 2, listen, championship expectations are everything at LSU. They,
Yep.
they weren't a championship level football team until around the time Nick Saban got there. After that, it's been championship or bust. They want to compete or win championships at LSU. Paying Lane Kiffin what they paid him, giving him essentially a blank check in the transfer portal, because the reports have come out now that that is the most expensive roster in the country.
How much? How much?
Um,
How much of that money do you think is government money?
hmm, that's an interesting question. I don't know. I probably of the so you saying government money outside of the rev share? So of the
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they reported what 40 plus million. So we'll say
I
45
mean,
million.
because when you look at what they had to pay Brian Kelly, and then
Right. That's what I'm saying.
whatever the buyouts were for that staff, and then now you had to bring in his contract because his contract was what 90 million over 7
Right.
years, and then whatever you had to pay for that staff on the offensive side, and then keep paying the defensive side, and then now you still have to go out and transfer report and get I don't think LSU is one of the is I don't think LSU has that type of funding behind it. Does LSU have a billionaire that wants to
Mm,
fund their program like that? Like
that's a play football.
everybody know Auburn has a cut has one prominent billionaire and then has another one that's kind of quiet behind the scenes that really don't say much. But if you look around the campus, you'll see who I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's his name on
Um,
there, everything.
yeah, Alabama has people that have money as well. You know,
Mhm.
Ole Miss, the Grove Collective apparently was doing fantastic.
So
you know,
so essentially what you're saying is you think that this and I kind of agree with you if this is what you're saying that LSU this is Lane Kiffin or bust. Like this is
oh,
all our
easy,
chips in. This is
easy.
we put everything we're hinging everything on this.
Yes, yes, it
Uh,
is. Yes, like when the
and
government, like when yes,
if that's the case, then the stakes are high. Like we got to
yes,
win football games. Uh, or else it becomes a governmental issue.
exactly.
Uh,
They got to get a return on that investment some kind of way.
yeah. I just think, man, it's so much hype around Kiffin, man, and him landing in LSU, with LSU being such, right now a proud place, championship expectations, like we said, everything, like you said, the governor being involved, how much money they had to pay for the last coach, who they fired while he was 5-3.
Hmm.
It, the expectations at LSU are kinda unlike any other place, right? We hadn't seen a lot of that happen in the SEC, like winning coaches. When's the last time we saw a coach in the SEC with a record like Brian Kelly get fired midway through the season? Like, it
Midway through the season or just
first of
fired
all
like in the
first of
season?
all,
Like
it'll be tough to find a coach with a record like, Brian Kelly without going to Nick Saban, if you wanna be honest.
Mark Richt?
Okay, Mark Richt, but he didn't okay, yeah, okay. I just said find one, but he didn't get fired in the middle of the season, but it's like,
Oh, okay, okay,
you
okay. I get what
you
you're saying. I get what
you
you're
don't
saying.
you don't fire coaches who like, we did a poll, right? And we asked the importance of what people care about, how it looks, or do you win games, right? Everybody picked win
Mhm.
games. It was 100%.
Win games, yep.
And but this is a fan's perspective though. But you got to think about it. Brian Kelly got fired with a winning record.
Yeah, he did. He
that,
did.
that team was actually at one time in the playoff hunt.
Was.
So like, man, it's if you're at a school like that, you come in as Lane Kiffin and bring everything that Lane Kiffin brings, and they've invested the money. You went out and put the roster together. You have spent more money on this roster than any other school in the country, per Pete Nako's report that came out earlier today. Bro, expectations are through the roof for you.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
11-1 right there that you put up at Ole Miss may not be good enough
Wow.
in this stop.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
If one of
Wow.
because guess what? That means that one was the game that you needed to go if well, it won't be one if you 11-1, you'll make the playoffs, but, like, you that one game does not need to be the last game of your season.
Could that one game be the difference of them but if could that one game be the difference in them being a number 1 or number 2 seed and then having to host a game at home in the playoff?
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
for sure it could. For sure it could, man. And mess around and let that one game be Ole Miss. Watch
Oh,
what
that's a
happens.
good one. That's a great that would be hilarious if it were. That would be funny. That
Man,
would
the
be funny.
pressure that this that I think that is under Lane Kiffin is immense, man. I think it is. Like I said, for me, I could put him at number one, man. But uh I also see the path for DeBoer and Keyshawn, more so Sarkeesian than DeBoer, but Kiffin for sure, man. Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people are talking about that, the kind of pressure that he's up under, man. I don't know, man. What you think about that? Did I say anything wrong?
No, everything you said was correct, man. I still think Lane Kiffin made the wrong decision by leaving Ole Miss, in my opinion. I think he should have stayed at Ole Miss. I mean, don't get it twisted. I think Ole Miss won in spite of him in the playoff as well. I do believe that, but no, I mean the structure that you had set up at Ole Miss, you know, you win a national championship at Ole Miss, you are one of the great. You are the greatest coach of all time. They will build a statue for you.
Oh yeah,
You go to LSU and you win a national championship. You are just one of many. You are one of
true.
many that have done it. Unless you do it multiple times, and you consistently, have that success, of doing that. Um, but man, in this era of college football, it's hard to, kind of have that sustained success across, multiple seasons, of having, teams that are committed and bought into doing that all the time. So I don't know that's a tough one, man. Nah, you didn't say anything wrong. You didn't say anything wrong there, but yeah, he is definitely underneath the most. There's an argument that he could be underneath the most pressure of any coach. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think you can make that argument. Be splitting hairs with a few of them, but man, like the only reason is because it's just they're not gonna fire him after year one, so
They're
that's
not.
why. Yeah, that's why that pressure, unless he does something that we not even, you know how Lane Kiffin do. But that's why I think he falls to like maybe a number 3 on this list. But we revisit this next year, man. And it doesn't go well at LSU. I can
Mhm.
guarantee you he'll be number 1 on this list.
He will be. That is true. That is true.